first time listening to us, watching us, I welcome you. We do the Inspiration in 30 each and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. And I am just so glad that you guys tune in, and also am happy that we were able to form this community just to help you get you on your way for the workday. If you are trying to go about achieving your goals, if you're trying to figure out how you're going to move your life to the next step, at least I can come on 3 times a week to reinforce and remind you that you are moving in the right direction, that no, you cannot give up. And yes, you need to keep going. And yes, you are here for a purpose. And yes, you need to do what it is that you want to do for you in your life. And yes, it's okay to choose you. Yes, it's okay to figure out what you like and have experiences. So, I've been doing this Inspiration in 30 for maybe 2 years now. The I'm Loving Me project has been in existence for 3 years, and we have made so much progress. I just get happy every time we are on and we're doing something. Just to give you a couple of announcements of things that we are doing, because I want to make sure that this year, I'm talking about habits this morning. So I want to make sure that I keep up with my habits of keeping you guys informed and making sure we give you the information and everything ahead of time so that you guys can plan and join us in some of the events and things that we have going on. So we are going to do an event called the Seasons of Life, which we did last year. We're going to repeat that this year for all of those who want to come back or want to join. And that event is a virtual event. That event is about allowing you to understand and know the cycles of life that has been going on for generations, years and years and years and years. It's for you to figure out what cycle that you're in your life. How can you transition to the next cycle? And also moving through the different seasons, what these seasons mean, so that you can ease your frustration and you can ease the suffering. Because most of us think, why is life happening to me? Why am I going through what I'm going through? Where really it's probably just the season that you're in. Just like everything else that go through different seasons, we have winter, spring, summer, fall. It's the same thing with your life. So when you understand that and you know that, you actually start to recognize it and see it, and things won't seem so bad. You would know how to function within those seasons. Okay, the next one we have is our ant therapy. We are bringing that back, which was so amazing last year. We're bringing it back again so we can be even bigger. And our ant therapy is when we're talking about our brain, our mind, some of the things that we do, all the negative thoughts that we have, how we mind read, how we fortune tell, how we do all these things with our minds, where really we need to build up in ourselves a toolkit that when we are mind reading, when we are doing these things, we have something that we can use in order to help us navigate our thoughts so we could turn those negative thoughts to positive thoughts. And I have a journal that we use, Own Your Mindset Journal from our coach Ellie Curry, that helps us do just that. Right? It outlines how we are feeling, how we could go ahead and process our feelings, and how to change our thoughts on the fly. And this 90-day journal is what we use to go ahead and navigate those ants that we have. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. And then the last thing that we're going to do in February is an event that I love, 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 which is Sisters How Y'all Feel. And that is going to focus on uh, women, particularly Black women, where we're going to come together and we're going to talk about our issues and the things that we deal with as a culture. And I'm going to be partnering with Miss Najima Smalls, who was at our Becoming Truly You event. And I'm also going to be partnering with some wonderful, wonderful brothers who are on their healing journey as well, who is going to come and give us the male perspective as to what it means for a man to be on his healing journey and what are the things that he's looking for in a female and what's important. Okay. So we have a lot of things that are coming up, and we have a lot of topics that we're going to discuss throughout the year, and I want you guys to be a part of that. And the last thing that I would say before we get into it is that we're going to have our community soon. I'm filling it up right now. I'm looking for some administrators, if you guys are administrators, to keep the women engaged, to answer any questions. And that's where we're going to be. We are going to do our best to get that up and going. We want to make sure that we're in a safe environment. We want to be able to start to talk about real things, which we just can't do on social media. Social media, we have to just kind of keep things plain, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Keep it where we don't have people taking these stories and sharing it without people's permission or anything like that. So we're going to have our own community where we'll have a little bit more control as to how we can open up and just create that safe space. Okay. So now, just to get into the inspiration in 30, just to let you guys know, here's something that I read this morning that I want to read to you guys. It still comes from James Allen book. It's like a compilation of all his books, but of course, you see how much I read it and had it for many, many, many years. And one of the things that he talked about was the formation of a habit. See, when we are on this journey to becoming truly who we are, our habits in our life have to change, right? The things that we usually do, we can't do them anymore. The the people that we are around, we have to change, right? But the biggest thing is our habits. We've been working these habits for so many years. They're like second nature to us. And if we want something different, we're going to have to do something different. And changing a habit is very hard, right? Changing a habit is very hard. So I read this thing with James Allen, which is the formation of habit. And he said, every established mental condition is an acquired habit, and it has become such a continuous repetition of thought. Then he says despondency and cheerfulness, anger, calmness, covetousness, and generosity. Indeed, all states of mind are habits built up by choice until they become automatic. A thought constantly repeated at last becomes a fixed habit of the mind, and from such habits proceed the life, right? So when I look at that and I read that, I say to myself, well, everything that we're doing right now, everything that you're encountering is a habit that you built up, right? Based on the thoughts that you had, based on the actions that you took, right? So everything that you're living in your life right now, from the time that you wake up, from the time that you go to work, get home, or log in, or whatever it is, you've been doing that for so long, right? You don't even think about it. Okay. When 2020 happened and disruption happened, where you had to stay home and you had to figure out how you're going to work and figure out different things, that's why you had a lot of people who started thinking about their life and feeling lonely and depressed and all that stuff because their habits changed, right? You had to figure out a new way to work. You had to figure out a new way to make money. You had to figure out how you're going to live in this new normal, right? And so now, when we saying to ourselves, well, we want to be able to be happy this year, we want to be able to have these experiences. No longer am I going to take no shit from people. No longer am I going to do this. The only way those things are going to happen and be accomplished is if you change your habits, right? Which means that you have to be able to be aware of all the things that you do every day. You have to be aware of how you're moving throughout life. Is anything that you are doing moving you towards your goal or keeping you in the same place? Is anything that you are doing moving you forward with what you say you wanted, or is it moving you backwards? Right? I know for myself, I've been watching myself for the last, like since December. Because I've been saying to myself, damn, if I want to be able to reach my goals, I got to be able to, look at what I'm doing every day. And what I'm trying to find is a little thing that I wrote down for myself because I wanted to show you how real it was for me, right? So I had put this thing of I had put my goals up here. I don't know if you can see it, but I could put my goals up here. And I had put change your routine. That's basically what it says. So it has my wake up time. It has what I do. So I wake up, you see that, walk the dogs, uh, do my inspiration and my journaling, uh, check check on my businesses, shower, do the inspiration in 30, eat, see clients, come home, walk the dogs, the gym, all that stuff, right? And I was saying to myself, okay, so if you want these goals and this is what you're doing every day, how are you actually going to get there? Right? Because you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, but you expecting a different result. That's what insanity is. You get it? That's what insanity is. So when I wrote down what I do from the time that I got up to the time that I went to bed, I'm saying to myself, well, Glow, you ain't doing shit to move you forward the way you say you want to move forward. How do we go ahead and change this? We got to be able to interrupt the pattern that's going on right now. So if you say you want to work on your next book, in your whole timeline from the time you get up to the time that you go to bed, you ain't doing no writing, right? And so I said to myself, I said, well, this is usually basically my schedule when I go out during the week. I don't have time to write in the morning and this and that. I'll put it for the weekend. Okay, cool. But then I noticed that I would wake up, I would do my inspiration, I would watch some of the podcasts that I love, and then I would go get my hair done, and then I would come back home and eat and take a nap, and then I will see if I can go out. Still ain't getting no writing done, right? I had to look at the stuff that I was doing, and I'm sitting up here telling myself, well, why are you getting frustrated as to why you're not doing what it is that you say that you want to do, where your habits are not lining up with that, right? And I was getting pissed because I was like, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, but I wasn't doing it. So again, like I told you, these are my goals up here, right? Right? I said, here's my goals in 2022. And then I put all my goals here. And then I got my routine, right? So I'm saying to myself, right? Look, 4:30, waking up, 4:45, walk the dogs, 5 o'clock, uh, do my inspiration and journaling, 5:30, um, check businesses, right? And check emails. 6:30, shower, 7:30, inspiration and 30, 8 o'clock, eat, 8:30, see clients, 3 o'clock, come home, 3:30, walk the dogs, 4 o'clock, go to the gym, 5:30, shower, 6 o'clock, do investment work. Ain't got nothing in there about ain't got nothing in there about the goals that I had up here, which is uh be a better speaker. You ain't got no speaking things in there, right? Uh become a best-selling author. Ain't got no writing in there, right? Become a healthier person. All I did was put eat. That could be anything. You get it? That could be anything. But in order for us to do these things this year, y'all, we have to look at our routine And we have to say to ourselves, if we want something different, we have to put those different things in our routine. We have to disrupt our routine and do something different, right? And I said to myself, I said, whenever it's time for you to take that action, that's when you'll start to see progress. Because we sit back and we want something and we want it to work and we want this to happen. And then we blame other people as to why it's not getting done, where this is your routine. This is what you set up, right? You say, Gloria, I said to myself, I'm gonna give myself 2 hours a day to go ahead and work on my business, work on the stuff that I'm working on, or work on myself. But every time I try to sit down, somebody always bothering me. The phone rings, this happens, somebody needs something from me. And then, I got to get up and run, and I don't have time for myself. Well, there's a couple of things that's happening there. It's either you putting it around the time that is your busiest, right? Like during the day where you have other responsibilities, or that you are so distracted where you are not willing to give up things, put the phone on silent, do not answer the phone, do not answer emails or calls around a certain time, and you are allowing your reactions to take over. So I knew if I had to walk, if I got up and I had to walk the doors at 4:45, then I had to make a decision now to get up at 4 o'clock, because at 4 o'clock I can go ahead and run them downstairs to the doggy park, be back up here at 4:15, and then kind of have that 4:15 until the time is time to do the inspiration in 30, right? To do my inspiration myself, get myself in line, check my emails, prepare for the day, and do all of that. So by the time I get to the inspiration in 30, I already did 4 or 5 things. You get what I'm saying? Now the sacrifice is I have to get up a little bit earlier, right? But if you really want what you want, then is that really a sacrifice? It's just something that you have to do, right? Now, I'll tell you, you try to catch me after 3, 4 o'clock, I'm probably no good to you, because I've been up since 4 and over close to 12 hours. Anything that starts to get into the nighttime, and y'all saw like when I would do my interviews in the evening with people, I look a mess, okay? Because I had to take a nap, get up, and then come and do it, right? But I am drained. But what we know and what we understand, y'all, is that 2022, we doing stuff different. We're not going to be the same. You can't tell me, none of you guys can tell me this year that you haven't accomplished at least one thing that you wanted to do because of everything that's going on in your life. That is not true. It will be you. It will be you. We got to stop and look at what we're doing and how we spending our time every day, and make sure the majority of the time we're working on ourselves more than we do on our jobs, more than we do everywhere else, right? Because that's how important you are. Khadijah, if you're still listening, I use Khadijah a lot, y'all. Hey Kim, hey Shelly. I I use Khadijah a lot because I see her progress and I see her work, even though she believes she's not doing much. But every Monday she's doing her podcast, y'all. And I try to catch it on Facebook. If not, I'll turn it on my YouTube TV, just to see, because the dude that be yelling with you, your co-host, man, I'm like, that dude be yelling. So I always want to know, who is that guy yelling in the background, yelling at the people, telling them to take care of their kids and all this stuff or whatever, right? So, but the topics, the way she get the show together, you can tell that there is progress that's happening, right? You can tell that the topics are getting stronger, which means that a little bit more effort is going into what's happening, right? Now, it might not feel that way because you in it, but people can tell, I can tell when you are watching the program how you interacting and how you are engaging. It becomes different because you decided to do something different, right? And for any of you ladies, if you have anything that's going on, or you preparing to have something that's going on, the way that you are going to get there, right, is through changing your habits. Oh, his name is Eric. Okay, good. As Eric be screaming, boy, he be all on that microphone. Okay. He be like, get rid of y'all kids. You need to take care of your kids. I'm like, damn, who is this dude? Because I can only see your face on Facebook, right? But ladies, this is the year. That's why we doing so many uh events. Like I said, we doing virtual because the people are a little bit nervous, but I am gonna do some in person, and whoever comes, come, right? But that's why we're doing our in therapy again. Because I want to get it in your mind that you are the best thing in this world. Okay? You are the best thing in this world. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have that thing that you believe you can't have in your head, or that thing that you want and you're trying to figure out how to get it. The way that you get what you want is belief and action and consistency. I don't care if it's a house, if it's a car, if it's a man, whatever it is that you want. It takes positive thoughts, positive action, and consistency in anything. Okay? And patience, because you got to be able to be okay with where you are. You're not going to progress along the scale if you are not happy with the results that you have achieved so far. There's always room for improvement, right? All the time. But you got to be happy with where you are. And you got to be excited about where you're going, right? So if you're working on your healing and you excited about the fact that you can finally sit in a room with a person who you felt violated you or did something to you, and you can forgive them, then that's progress. Now we can move on to the next thing. If you can sit in front of your family and you can really tell them that, this year and beyond, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose me and do what it is that I want to do, and you feel good about it and you have faith in it, and you start to take those steps and they get to see how you doing your work, oh, trust me, they will fall in line. They gonna talk. Well, mommy got, this new thing that she's doing, and grandma got this new thing that she's doing. She doing that empowerment thing, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, but we gonna see. But she said she ain't cooking shit no more. So we on our own, but we'll see. Right? No. When we do something different, then we can expect something different, right? When we decide that we are going to step out there and make things happen, that's when we see stuff change. Stop saying it's hard. Stop saying it's too complex. Stop saying it's going to take too long. And stop telling yourself it's a lot of work, right? Stop saying those things to yourself, because that's discouraging you and stopping you from doing it. It doesn't matter how fast you run. The point is to get to the finish line, however that is for you. Okay? You don't have to sprint to what it is that you want. If that's what you want to do, you're going to run out of gas. Slow and steady solving problems will get you there, right? Learning along the way will get you there. Hiccups, yes. Fear, yes. No's, yes. But that's life, right? Because you got to build your muscle along the way. If everybody said yes to you for your goals and everything, you wouldn't learn anything. You wouldn't build up a muscle. I want to know what happened to our resilience where we can take some things, but in other things we fall apart. Somebody says no to us, we feel like the world has ended, right? One of my clients, he told me the other day, he was like, Gloria, I could tell you no, and then you still come back and ask me the same question later, but you delay it. You delay it like a couple of days or a month or something like that. I said, because for me, I'm hearing no, not right now. You know, in my head, I'm like, no, not right now, or no, I don't have the time, or no, I don't think it's like a no and then it's cut off, right? Especially if it's something that I know that you could use and I'm working towards, right? I think you're just saying no right now because you ain't got time to deal with it, or you don't want to sit down with me, or you don't want to do this, right? So then I ask again. And if it's a hard no where you're just like, I just don't want to do it, then cool. I'm moving on to something else. Your no doesn't hurt my feelings. You saying you don't like me does not hurt my feelings, right? You talking about me is not going to hurt my feelings. Okay? All that stuff we ain't even got time for, right? The moment any of you guys is worried about what other people think, that's the moment that you gave over your power to these people. And y'all know that. I don't care if that's family, friends, or co-workers. Nobody cares. If they got that much time to go ahead and talk about you, they ain't doing shit themselves. They ain't doing shit but talking to you, talking about you. So why does what they say matter? Right? Why does it matter to you if you impress these certain people? Why does it matter to you about what these people think? It shouldn't, because it is so much work managing you, breaking habits, healing, growing. You ain't got time to be thinking about what they thinking about, right? You ain't got time to sit up here and be like, well, I really want to do this, but I know when I tell my husband what's going to happen, the first thing he going to do is go ahead and give me that little side eye, because he going to want what he want, and then I don't want to cause a fight, but we'll see what happens. It's like, okay, well, if he say no, he probably saying no right now. There's probably some history there as to why he's saying no. And if it's history there to why he's saying no, you have to let him know we cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the past. But at the same time, trust and believe he thinking about your habits. He thinking about what you do every day. And he's asking himself, will she have the time? Will she really want this? Is it really going to work for her? will she put the effort into it? Because she put her effort into something else and then she quit. Then she put her effort into something else and then she quit. And then she said she was going to do this and then she quit. I don't care how many times I quit, right? I'm trying to figure out what I like. And so if you don't believe right now, that's okay. Based on my past history, I get it, right? But I'm going to try one more again. I'm going to try one more again. That's what we say here. I'm going to try one more again to do something, right? And that's what we got to do, y'all. We're not out to impress people. We're not out to show people what we can do. We're here to show ourselves that this new journey that we're on, that we can do it and that we can get out, live our lives. I will say this and then I'll go. I want all of you who are on to just look around you at your friends, family, co-workers, or anybody that you around and ask them if they are really happy with their lives. Just ask them, especially the people closest to you. And let me tell you why I'm telling you that. When you ask them if they are happy with their lives, if they say no, and you are still hanging out with them, and these are considered to be your best buddies, then there's something that you guys share where you ain't happy either. Not saying that's a bad thing. That's just an observation, right? And when you say, come on, Mary, let's go ahead and start working out and get ourselves together. And Mary give you all these excuses as to why she can't walk, and then tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't be walking. And let's go ahead and get Starbucks after we walk, or go to McDonald's once we finish running or going to the gym. As soon as you start to put in a new routine that Mary don't like, Mary ain't coming with you no more. Right? Because that's what happens when you move different. The people around you are going to drop off or run with you. So write down your habits. Look at what you're doing every day. Write out your goals of what you want to accomplish. Pay attention to your habits of what you do every day, from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed. And if none of your goals are in this routine, you're not going to get there. You got to put these things inside of your routine so that something can happen. You can get moving. You get it? I love y'all. I see y'all Friday. I got to go. Please remember, we're doing our Ant Therapy virtual event. We're doing our Life Changing Seasons event. We're doing the Sisters How You Feel event. And that's about it. I think we're doing those three events. That's going to be virtual. One starts next week. The other one is on the 27th, I believe. And then the Sisters How You Feel is going to be in February. We have our community up and going. I don't have any administrators that will manage it yet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get some administrators. If you know anybody who can keep the community engaged and ask good questions and keep people going, send them my way. Because I'm really, really looking, because I want to open up this community so that we'll have a place to go where we can really talk about things, and I can see you guys and hear from you, and you guys can, lead with the inspiration and just do different things. Like, we just laugh and talk and then just get ready, right? So look out for that. And if you need anything, you know where I am. You can send me a message, send me a text or whatever. All right. I'll see you guys.